Do you have a side hustle that has been bringing in some extra cash, but you're ready to take it to the next level and turn it into a full-time business? Today, I'll be sharing some valuable insights on how to transform your side hustle into a full-time thriving business. Let's get into it. A couple of years ago, I worked with a church as a personal assistant to the senior pastor. I loved it. It was an amazing experience for me. But even though I loved my job, I still started a side hustle on the side. I started a business on the side, and I remember, I would leave that job at around 5 a.m. and rush to my side hustle business to see how things were going, throughout the day, and check on my employees and check on the sales and how things were going. And eventually, after some time, I went through a transition period where I had to, leave working with the church, even though I still continued volunteering in that church, but I left working with that church as a job, But little did I know that what I had started as a side hustle would eventually turn into a full-time business that paid all my bills and helped me actually get a property. Now, according to Side Hustle Nation, the average side hustle brings in about $1,122 a month, but the median income is much lower at just about $200. Also, the same article from Side Hustle Nation says that right now there are about 70 million people in America that have side hustles. So it's a big deal. Side hustles are a big deal, But first, I want to explain what is a side hustle. A side hustle is a way of earning extra income outside of one's primary source of income, or let's say it could be a daytime job, It is typically something that a person is passionate about, like, for example, they have a skill or talent in that thing, and they decide to offer it as a service or a product. Some examples of side hustles include freelancing, where you offer services such as writing, graphic design, or web development, on a freelance basis, or selling products online could be another side hustle, like selling handmade items, vintage goods, or other products on platforms such as Etsy, Amazon. Other examples of side hustles could be offering consulting or coaching services, let's say where you provide advice or guidance or coaching in a particular area of expertise, such as, let's say, business, health, or personal development, or like driving, ride sharing, let's say, or delivery services. Most people really like those things, let's say like Uber or Lyft or DoorDash, to earn some extra income to supplement on their income. Another side hustle could be like, let's say, renting out a property, renting out a spare room, let's say like on Airbnb, or renting out your car or other assets, that could be like through peer-to-peer, or rental platforms. Those are some of the examples that we see that are common as side hustles, that people are actually doing as side hustles. Now, side hustles have become increasingly popular in the recent years as more people look for ways to supplement their income, pursue their passion, or develop skills outside their primary job. In many cases, side hustles can also serve as a test of waters at entrepreneurship and start businesses with relatively low risk and investment. So before I even get into the things that you should consider if you want to turn your side hustle into a full-time business, I want you to ask yourself a few questions. And here's one. This is if you want to turn your side hustle into a full-time business. What are your professional short and long-term goals? That's one of the questions. Number 2, do your clients plan on using your services long-term? Do you have enough potential client pool to expand your service? And let's say if you sell goods, do you have the resources and capacity to grow your customer base? Those are some of the questions that you should be questioning yourself before you even start thinking about making your side hustle into a full-time business. And if you feel confident about your answers to these questions, then it might be time to transition your current side hustle into a full-time business. If not, it's best not to rush a decision and consider less risky paths that will help you build the experience so that when that time comes, there's no question about whether you're ready or not. So here are a few things to consider if you want to turn your side hustle into a full-time thriving business. Number one, evaluate your current situation and know your numbers. Starting a full-time business can be expensive and unpredictable. So it's important to build that financial cushion to help you weather any initial challenges. You need to know how much money you will need to cover your living expense for at least 6 months. Key numbers to consider when going full-time with a business are revenue and business metrics. You want to verify that your business generates enough revenue to cover your expenses and beyond. Hopefully, you'll increase your business income quickly once you transition to full-time. But of course, it's not a guarantee. Build up a solid emergency fund to cover yourself if anything goes wrong. Business owners need a good handle also on their business metrics, let's say sales, expenses, profits, cash flow, and more. Knowing and understanding your business numbers will help you prepare for future decisions. Remember, when you're just starting, you are the sales and marketing manager. You are the accountant. You are the cleaner. Basically, you put on all hats, and this is good because it helps you understand your business better, so that when in the future, when you hire a sales and marketing manager, you know exactly what you request of them. When you bring in an accountant, you know exactly what you expect of them. In other words, you should know the ins and the outs of this business. Number two, I love this one. Know your why. Before you turn your side hustle into a full-time thriving business, you have to know your why. Now, I can't emphasize this enough. When you know your why, it gives you a better direction for your business. So why do you actually want to make this a full-time business? Why? Why are you thinking of making this a full-time business? Is it because you just want to be your own boss? Or you want to make a lot of money? Or there's something that is deeper, something that means a lot to you when you start this business? Like, it's not something that is surface level, but there's something with a deeper meaning that you bring to when you are starting this business. Let me tell you, you will be tested, and you need to be clear with your why. So I want you to ask yourself that question: why do I actually want to start this business? Why do I actually want to make this side hustle a full-time business? What's my motivation? When you get that answer, ask yourself why. You know why? Dr. Daniels actually says that if your why is not strong enough to make you cry, then what you're doing or what you will do will make you cry. So your why has to have a deeper meaning than just making too much money. It has to have a deeper meaning. Know your why, because the why behind your business is just as important as the what and the how. Like many entrepreneurs, you will hit a point. You will come to a point where you hit a wall or work yourself too hard, resulting, let's say, to a burnout. But when you know your why, you always know how to work through that burnout and keep on your task even when the times are tough. And so I want to encourage you to, before you get into making this side hustle a full-time business, ask yourself why. Why? Keep asking yourself why, because if you don't answer that question, challenges will come and you'll give up because your why was not clear. Number 3, start small. Start small. It is extremely rare to find a business owner who has achieved overnight success. In most cases, developing an idea into a successful business can take a while. There is nothing wrong with starting small, especially if you're learning a new skill or if you're learning new skills. Running a business is a skill. And so if you're getting into business, start small because it's a new skill. You don't know everything. You don't know about sales and marketing and pricing metrics and all those things. Start small because it gives you time to learn that skill and perfect it. I always tell people to start small because it has lower financial risks, but also it helps you build a good foundation as you gain momentum. For example, you start with a few clients and then gradually keep adding as you create loyal customers. Starting small also gives an opportunity to learn as you grow. For example, you can test out different marketing strategies and pricing models to see which one works for you. Number 4, make sure that you establish a legal and financial structure. Before launching your full-time business, you will need to establish a legal and financial structure. This may include obtaining any necessary licenses or permits, setting up business bank accounts, and obtaining maybe business insurance. So basically, make sure that you set up the systems, before you actually start transitioning it into a full-time business. Do not use your personal account for business purposes. That is going to get you into trouble. Also, when you have put these things in place, learn how to treat your business as a different entity from you. I need you to understand this, that you and your business are two different entities. So the sooner you start treating your business as a different entity from you, the sooner the business starts to grow. And so I want you to look into that and make sure that you don't mix things. You don't say, okay, I am the CEO, I'm the founder, I'm the owner of this business, and so I just go in and get however much money I want. No. Your business is going to fail if you start doing like that. If you start managing it like that, make sure that you treat it as a different entity. Number 5, set goals for your business. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 2 to verse 3 says, write down the vision and make it plain so that whoever reads it will run with it. This could be your employees, and take time to set goals for your business. Consider objectives related to the revenue or sales or other milestones that you will want to reach. Write clear and actionable goals to track your progress. This is important because 1, it provides clarity, it measures progress, it motivates you, and also inspires you and your team members. And lastly, setting goals helps in decision making. You get to decide where to spend your time, resources, and energy. Keep your goals simple. Let's say start with 3 to 5 goals, including your short-term and long-term goals. Write down your goals and keep them visible and a constant reminder. Review your goals regularly and adjust them as needed. And lastly, set that date to quit your job and start your full-time business. Some people are caught in the analysis paralysis. You keep thinking about it and waiting for the perfect timing and focusing on what ifs. If you don't set a definite date, you will not get into that business. I'm telling you, because you'll keep always waiting for the perfect timing. Don't let your dream of going full-time become a pipe dream. Spend time working through tasks above and set reasonable deadline to accomplish everything. Then, when the deadline approaches, just do it. Quit. I mean, it's easier said than done, but you need to, when you set that date, it gives you the freedom, it gives you the allowance to go ahead and do it. Setting a concrete deadline helps you avoid procrastination and the doubts that usually creep in the longer you extend this goal. Mark the date on your calendar and create an exit strategy for your current job. Now, of course, these are not the only steps. There's so many other things to consider if you want to turn your side hustle into a full-time business. But for me, these are like the most crucial things to set in place if you want to have a successful business. All right, thank you so much, guys, for watching. Please go ahead and leave me a comment, like, share, and hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss out on any of our content. Thank you.